Alright, what's up, Dominators? Welcome back to the TCG Shy channel, and today I am doing my super base and lit Weiss Schwarz tier list as of 1st of September. So yes, it's just reached September, a few more months before the year ends. So I just want to get this over with on my own Weiss Schwarz tier list. So yes, of course, this is gonna be my opinions and my opinions only. So if you wanna know what do you guys think of my tier list after that, you can leave your comments down in the comment section down below. But let's just jump right into it and we see what decks that I can rate on this tier list maker from S to D. So let's carry on with the first deck that we can see here. It's Gotobun, the Quintessential Quintuplets Itsuki deck. So I think this is not bad. I'll put it below below B tier. It's a high B tier to A tier because it has decent hand size with your level 1 CX, plus your finisher is pretty good as well. Discard 3, shoot 1, shoot 3. Yeah, so it's alright. It's a pretty good deck, but of course not belonging in the first two tiers. Now Nino, of course, 8 standby. I'm pretty sure you guys don't really need explanation about it. It's still pretty strong even after the choice restriction. Assault Lily, of course, 8 choice, even though it got nerfed as well, it's still pretty good. So both belong in S tier. Especially this one, another Assault Lily, it's the other variant of the Icy Tail, which is Millbot 3 for each kind of shoot 1. So yeah, these two Assault Lily decks are probably still up in the S tier, even though one of them got nerfed. While the last Assault Lily deck, this one, I'm not too sure because I didn't really see that much tops with it, but there are tops. For now, I'm just gonna put it in the A tier because compared to the R2, it's not that explosive, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, it still has some tops, so I don't think it belongs in the S tier, so I'll just put it in the A tier for now. Bang Dream 8 choice. Alright, Bang Dream 8 choice is quite interesting because I think the level 1 CX is good, but the level 3 CX finisher is it's quite bad. So it mills for each soul trigger you hit, you shoot your opponent X amount. X is equals the amount of soul triggers they hit. So I'll put it in C tier for now. It's not really that good, but you guys can, you know, argue with me in the comment section down below whether it's good or not. The other Bang Dream deck, the 8 gate one, the level 1 CX, I think it's okay. You need to reverse unless it's an X gate, means you can splash any other level 1 CX other than the gate one. Finisher wise, pay 2, shoot 2, then until end of a turn. At the end of one's turn, the card opposite deck, this card cannot deal damage by auto effects. I think it's fine. But I think it belongs in the low B tier towards high C tier around there, so we're just gonna put it in B tier. The other Bang Dream deck, this one is interesting, where you play choice gate. I'll put it in A tier because I think it's pretty good. As long as your opponent cancels, you can keep spawning the same copy of herself out onto the field, which I think it's a not bad finisher. Plus you have a toilet event, which kind of boosts the deck a little bit in terms of its effectiveness. This Bang Dream deck though, I don't really see anybody playing it. I think it's pretty sus, so I'm just gonna put it in C tier. Charlotte D tier, of course. This deck is good at stalling everything that doesn't shoot, so yeah, death by actual damage only, so yeah. Then I became God. Okay, this one's quite interesting. I'll put Then I became God actually at high A tier, maybe? Yeah, I'll put high A tier because I think Then I became God. It's still consistent. It's still free damage compared to like other decks that, you know, don't do really well. I mean, it's for each card, different color and memory, you check upon top and you clock that amount. For now, you check upon top 2 and clock X equals the level amount of different cards you have in memory, something like that along those lines. So I think it's still pretty good. I still see some tops with it. It's basically a disgusting deck. While the couple, I wish I can put it in higher because I really like the deck, but this deck is sus, so I'm gonna put it at D tier. High D to to low C. Decide, of course, I think whether it's the 8 pens or the choice pens, I think they both belong in S tier, even though I prefer the 8 pens over to the choice. The last decide deck where this one it's kind of sus. I'm gonna put it at A tier, low A to high B, I would say. Doesn't really do much compared to the finisher, the Pens finisher, where you can cheat them out at level 2 and then shoot opponent 4 damage. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. It kind of needs enough. DanMachi as well, I put DanMachi here because DanMachi is one of the just decks that is very consistent at what it does with Hestia Knife and events such as Rabbit Armor and Firebolt, which really boosts Bell and the whole deck as a whole, so it gains a lot of power and they are able to beat through standby decks such as Nino and Mushu Kinetic. Moving on, FGO, yeah, it's pretty shit deck. I'm going to put it at D. Gojisa, I really love this deck. I really wish this deck was better. It just got off the choice restriction ban list, where you can run a 0/0 Kazuki, if not wrong, with the 1/1 little girl. I don't know what it's called, but basically, I'll put it in the B tier. It's not really that good. But other than that, it's somewhat a little bit consistent, but compared to the top tier decks, they just offer much more better utility and better finishers compared to Gojisa. Gojisa, I'll put it at S tier as well. It's on the tier we decide, but I'm not too sure where it actually stands, whether it's better or worse than Decide, I can't really tell. So, but it's still consistent in the sense that the finisher is very strong. Hololive, Kanata, Marine, high A to low S tier, yeah. Definitely, it's very consistent. You can tempo at level 2, and from then you get Marine and build your hand and stock. Choice Marine, this one it's interesting. I'll put it to mid to low A tier because Choice is probably going to be Coronet level 1 CX with Marine level 3 CX combo. It's not as explosive and as rewarding as Kanata, but overall it's still a pretty consistent deck overall. Hololive Russia, I'll put it here in B tier. After a lot of people realized that Kanata is just a much more consistent version of Russia, the deck fell in a lot of its effectiveness. Yeah, so it's really not that good of a deck anymore, but of course, yeah, it is still, I would say it's okay. So, yeah, but compared to the other Hololive decks such as Kanata Marine and Coronet Marine, is pretty I would say. Kaguya, okay, so with the new recent set of the Kaguya Summer Love is War, I've been running the level 1 CX. Instead of standby, we change it to Pens Gate. So take note that if this was Pens Gate and not standby gate, I'll put it in mid A tier. So I'll put it around here. Because Kaguya is pretty good. After the choice restriction, of course, the 3 choose 1. The set 2 came out with new utility and new stuffs. I think it still makes the deck pretty good. So I'll put it in mid A tier to low A tier. Changing the level 1 CX instead of standby would be a Pens one. And it's basically a Hestia Knife for DanMachi as well. So yeah. Kobayashi Maid Dragon. This is pretty sus. It's a recent set as well. But the set doesn't really have a lot of good utility, such as a good Ricky. The finisher is great. Of course, you choose X amount of damage, should have X amount of damage. X is the number of number you declare. So really strong, but other than that, I don't see the deck really doing that much. I'll put it in mid to low B tier around there. Okay, Nijigasaki, Love Nijigasaki, Kanata. I think it's Kanata if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong or anything. It's a really good deck. I'll put it in A tier. Around here, I would say. Yeah. Up with the top tier meta decks because bot 7 shoot 3 for each climax that you mill. It's a really strong deck. Finisher's insane. Your opponent can't even counter it because it ditch 2 res itself and start climax phase. So yeah, it's really strong. Start battle phase or climax phase, either one. The other Love Line Nijigasaki deck, which is the 8 standby one, it's not that good, but it's still consistent in which you can resolve this level finisher at the back row during your level 2. So I'll put it around here at about mid A tier around there. It still serves as a good standby deck, but compared to the 8 Pens one, of course, not significantly worse, but it's worse. Oh my god, this is Love Life Sunshine, I think. I don't remember what's the series called, but basically this deck kind of nerfed to Oblivion, so it's not really that good anymore. I'll put it at C tier, high C, I would say. It's consistent. It's just another Hestia finisher technically. The level 1 CX can be whatever you want. It's just the level 3 CX is going to be a choice or restander. Marvel, it's still, I would say it's still decently okay. I'll put it in B tier. Iron Man and Captain America, of course, offering good utility, memory, and give all your characters on attack pay on shoot 1. Mushoku Tensei Choice Pants. Wow, this one I never seen, yeah. Choice Gate. Wow, this one, okay, I'll put it as C tier. I didn't actually see anyone play this deck at all. The more prominent one, which is this one, the 8 standby, is probably going into low S tier to high A tier. I think after the choice restriction of this 2-2 Disfane and the 2-1 Rudius counter, I think it's still pretty strong. You just swap out the 2-1 counter for anti-level instead. Prisma Illya, I think it's still not that bad. I'll put it up here in high B tier. I think the level 1 CX is pretty strong. Ditch 1 top 3 add-on characters plus your finisher. Pay 2 ditch 1, or is it pay 1 ditch 2, either one. You shoot your opponent or scry the top 2, you can activate either one of the effects first. Project Sekai 8 bar, C tier, low C tier probably. I don't think it's really good. It's just Project Sekai. I guess the set's not really that good. The Project Sekai 8 pants one, it's even a little bit worse than the 8 bar one, so it goes into D tier. Yeah. What is this? Princess Connect Redive. So the new set for Princess Connect is coming out. Hopefully this deck rises a bit higher into the tiers. So I'm gonna put it at tier D for now because it's not really that good as well, and most people don't even run the bar level 3 finisher. They run the pants one, if I'm not wrong, the gate one where you shoot 2 or shoot 3. You declare either shoot 2 or shoot 3, then if your opponent cancels, you refund the stock. It's the pay 2, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, Ruby, I'll put it as C tier. It's not that good, but at the same time, it's not that bad. It's alright, I would say. But getting a level 3 CX that's a standby and which is basically Konosuba's Megumin, kinda sus, but oh well, I guess it's okay. I mean, hopefully new support. There's a new support for it that gives it a little bit more utility. Other than that, it belongs to C tier. Sword Online, so this one, 2 Sword Online decks. I think both of them belong in C tier. The Sword Online 10th Anniversary Anime Booster Set for Japanese coming out soon. So if one, you can look to message me for pre-orders. I actually opened up my own Weiss shop, so you can leave a comment down below, or you can personally message me at my email down in the description box below to order playsets. I'll be shipping it from Singapore. But for now, yeah, they both belong in C tier. I'll put them, let's see, put them around here, I would say. Yeah, both of the decks. I think the level 1 CX is really strong. You can splash any level 3 CX after the level 1 CX, but until level CX is mostly consistent. Freaking Symphogear after the nerf, the deck just kind of fell out meta, so low B tier, I would say. Sentinel recently just released its support. It is a consistent strong deck, the old support, where you can cheat out level 3 for 1 stock only using the 2-1 change. And the bar is just a bar where if your opponent fronts this card, you bounce back your hand, so it's consistent if you can keep looping the climax combo. For the new set finisher, instead of the old set finisher, we got the new set finisher, the gate bar. Let's see, I'll put this in tier B. Put in tier B, right behind Marvel. It's not that consistent and great as compared to the older one, because the older one is more consistent in terms of its finisher, which is not, if I'm not wrong, it's like shoot 2 or something, which is, yeah, so it's not bad. This one as well, it is not that good. I would say it's okay, so yeah, putting in B tier, but compared to the older set, where it just got upgraded with a bunch more utility. Other than that, it is okay. Wow, this one, wow, I don't even see anybody run this, so I'm gonna put this in D tier. I have no idea what the fuck this is. Every is just a shoot one, if I'm not wrong. The top end climax. I have no idea what this anime is, so I'm just gonna leave it. Tokyo Revengers, D tier. I think Mikey, it's kind of sus. You need a lot of condition, you need 8 stock, you need 3 hand, you need to play a climax, and you need to set your whole field. Just to shoot your opponent 5 one time. So kind of sus, but yeah, D tier. The 8 standby one though, it's quite interesting. I'll put it here. In C tier. It's probably one out of the whole Tokyo Revengers set, probably one of the best deck for the 8 standby. Slime, 8 choice. I'll put it low B to high C. For the multi-attack madness, you can perform like 7 attacks on this choice deck. This one, I don't see anybody playing. The Pens Gate one. Door Pens. I'll put it right here. Yeah, sure, I'll put it right here. I don't see anybody playing this shit. The 8 standby one, yeah, it's more prominent. Dragon Buster, I think it's not bad. I'll put it in the B tier. Right behind this Sekano set. I think, yeah, mostly looks fine for the B tier. Last but not least, Zombieland Saga. I think Zombieland Saga is still good for what it does. Of course, it's consistent. You just cheat out your level 0s at the start with the short climax combo and then keep siding. Doesn't really matter what your opponent does, whether they're playing standby or not. You can side without the soul penalty, which is really strong. Yeah, so this is basically the whole Weiss Schwarz meta list that I've created. You can feel free to argue with me in the comment section down below. Maybe you think that this Shala deck deserves to be in S tier instead of D tier. You can think that SAO, oh my god, SAO is my favorite anime. I think it's deserved to be A tier instead of the C tier, whatever. But this is my whole based Weiss Schwarz community tier list. Not Weiss Schwarz community tier list, this is my tier list for Weiss Schwarz. So yeah, thank you very much, Dominators, for watching. Hope you guys like this short and sweet video. Come and visit me on Fridays and Saturdays at Utopia Games, link in the description down below. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you, Dominators, in the next video. Peace!